hello, hello, hello.
Hey everybody.
Hope you guys are enjoying your Friday evening. I hope that y'all are drinking water, y'all staying safe. Um, I don't know, like whatever state you're in or whatever, or maybe even country, but here where we at, it was hot today. It was a scorcher.
Yeah, it's been a heat wave for the past couple of days.
Yes,
I want to say.
and think we're getting some rain for the next few days, which I'm happy for. I'm not mad at it because
We need it.
yes, we definitely need it. It felt like an oven outside. Like you stand outside for a few seconds and you're drenched in sweat. So yeah, I'm so happy for the rain. Um like I said, stay hydrated, make sure you're drinking your water.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't like water, get some like vitamin water, Gatorade, something like that, but you have to stay hydrated in this weather. You do not want to be dehydrated.
Yeah, because that is the worst thing in the world, and I mean, heck, you could die out there.
Yeah.
Heat strokes.
And wear some type of sunblock. Even us that are blessed with melanin, we gotta wear sunblock too. Because this sun is not what it used to be. It is not what it used to be. Like this sun now is like literally cooking your skin.
Yeah.
So you gotta which there are there's some black owned skincare like sunblock.
Yeah, I heard about
Yeah.
that.
So I have to look them up. I could probably leave them in the comments too. But yes, there's some black owned skincare products that sell sunblock. And it doesn't leave like that chalky aftermath on your skin.
Yeah.
So yeah, but definitely you gotta have some sunblock. Hello, hello, hello.
Hi everybody that's coming to the
Yeah.
live.
So
Hello.
we wait a few more seconds because we don't wanna be long winded, but we'll wait a few more seconds till some more people come in, and we will get started. And from the thumbnail, if y'all can see the thumbnail and the title, yeah, that's exactly what we're gonna be talking about. Is
Mm-hmm.
modern day convention culture, like anime cons, comic cons, gaming conventions, sci-fi cons, all of it. Like, what has happened
Yeah.
to conventions? Like, seriously, what has happened? Um, because Christy and I've been going for a long time to cons, and since we've been going to the early Y2K, a lot has changed, and some aspects good, but a lot of it is for the bad. I've seen, in my
Mm-hmm.
opinion. So we're gonna get started now. Hello, hello, hello.
Hi.
So welcome to the live. So we're talking about modern day conventions. I'm not going to say the name of the platform because a lot of like other people on YouTube says that YouTube, when you mention other platforms, YouTube doesn't like that. So came across two videos actually, and I think they were circulating already on YouTube, like other people have posted. But the convention DreamCon, specifically for this year, I saw on another platform. And again, I don't know these young ladies. Christy don't know them either, and it's no offense to them, but they're hosting a panel at DreamCon this year, and it's chair dancing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, what does this have to do with nerd culture, with anime, cosplay, gaming? What does that have to do? Christy's laughing at me. Now they were in cosplay for the advertisement for this panel. So I'm like, I don't know if they feel like, well, we're gonna be in cosplay doing chair dancing. So yeah, this no, it just does not go. You want to add to that, Chris?
Yeah, I just feel very torn because the creators of that convention, like Kendra and I, we used to really enjoy their content
Yeah,
because
our DC world.
yes, because they started off doing skits and things, and we enjoyed them. They're very funny, very relatable. But and I understand people evolve and all of that stuff, but I just feel like with these cons, everything has kind of it's fallen away from like the I think the original intent
Right.
of a convention. You know, for people to one to have fun. And I mean, meanwhile, now, especially at cons, everybody wants to be a content creator, which is nothing wrong with that. But you're not in the moment of enjoying the convention and taking things in and enjoying panels, networking, meeting people, and just having fun.
Right.
You're just so busy of trying to capture things on camera. Um, the other thing is that a lot of not all, but a lot of conventions, and I'm sorry I have to say this, not all, because somebody's gonna be like, well, you can't generalize.
Yeah.
Some a lot of like the conventions, especially like the mainstream ones that are like black owned or black ran.
Right.
It seems to me that there is a lot of, and I mean, and not to say this, a lot of conventions have adult themed panels or whatever.
Right.
But it seems to me that with the black brand ones, it's like so overt.
Right.
Like it's just in your face, and it's like, and with them, like with DreamCon, like the chair dancing. Kendra and I would watch clips of
Yeah.
the people there demonstrating, and I'm just like, so basically, we are having a chair humping session. A morgy. I'm trying to YouTube friendly
It just
words.
to me, like I said, like Christy and I said, yes, we know at conventions, we've been going for a long time. They have panels that are adult themed and they clearly say 18 and up. You
Right.
got to show your ID. However, I just feel like it's getting more. It's like when is like too much? When does it cross the line? And it needs to be some separation. I don't understand what that has to do with nerd culture whatsoever. How is that helping? I feel like if you're going to have some panels that are not really like nerd related, have things that's going to be beneficial and that's going to help people. Like they could have like a mini job fair going on within the convention, like in the vendors room. They could have it like roped off and have employers there. They can have a panel that helps people with resume building. They can have a panel with how to run a business. There's a lot of people that do want to be entrepreneurs and start their own businesses. Things that's going to be helpful because that chair dancing panel, all that's doing is getting people hot and bothered.
And guess what? It didn't release any energy. They still got pent up energy, and they want to mingle. Okay.
Yeah, like I just don't understand what that has to do. And it's not to keep on like picking with that convention, but last year too.
And they're not the only ones.
And they're not the only ones. But last year too, there was a video of the cabaret that they had, and Christy and I, we actually had reposted it on our channel. But it's like, when is it? When is too much like that? Oh my goodness! I'm like, it looked like Magic City, and Christy and I have watched a lot of vlogs from DreamCon, and there were guys that were there at the con saying where the hoes at. There was women that complained and said that, guys were, I guess they're catcalling girls, trying to holler at all the girls there. But it's like, but when you see like different video clips of that convention, like with this chair dancing, I mean, I guess you can't really get mad at the guys for saying that.
No, especially if you see everybody dressed with next to nothing.
Right.
And then they're in the chair dancing, they're in the cabaret, and they're demonstrating like an ex worker.
Right.
I don't understand. Like, you can't sit there and dip your toe in the pool and expect to not get wet.
Right.
Hello.
And what we were saying, our conventions, even because like I said, it's not just DreamCon, it's so many other conventions, but are conventions even family oriented anymore? Like, would you bring, like, if you have children or like a aunt, uncle, or grandma, grandpa, would you bring them to conventions? Because from what I'm seeing, I'm just like, this does not look family oriented. Even people will say, well, the adult themed panels are usually at night and you have to have an ID. Okay, yes, true enough. But during the day, walking in the hallways, is things, the cosplays that a lot of these young ladies are wearing, and even some of the men. I'm like, this is not appropriate for kids to be seeing.
Yeah, because Kendra and I, we've walked around in conventions and like cosplays of like that women are wearing, like their booty cheeks are hanging out.
Yes.
The men, they're wearing like basically like a speedo.
Yes.
And I'm just like, that's not appropriate. Let's just be real, because I mean, like a 5-year-old kid, unfortunately, their line of sight is right there with, you know what I'm saying? That person's
Yes.
parts.
What
Why they don't need to see that? Respectfully.
it's just, and then some of the things that attendees are doing to go, that's another thing. I feel like a lot of things, like with conventions, cosplay, all that, it's like every cringe, not in a good way,
Mm-hmm.
freaky stuff on camera to post on their social media during the
Yes.
day, and it's like kids could be walking by being exposed to that. And I'm just like, when do we cross the line? I feel like Christy and I talked about it. I feel like they need, like, these conventions, if you want to have those types of things, you just need to make your own convention and just have all that. Like, they have adult themed conventions or corn conventions.
That's
I
basically what it's basically developing into.
right. I just feel like that's where it needs to be. I'm just, because it's too much. Even when Christy and I one year when we went to GalaxyCon, we went upstairs and they had it like roped off. Was it roped off?
Kind
It was
of.
kind of roped off, but not really. And there were, Smex toys there. And I'm saying to myself, what does this have to do with nerd culture?
I don't know. I don't
I,
know.
I really don't. And I'm just saying that suppose a kid, how kids sometimes be getting away from their family trying to wander
Yeah.
off. What if they ran upstairs, took the escalator, ran upstairs and ran to those Smex toys?
Yeah. The other thing too, with that, I mean, there's a lot of like tweens and like, like maybe like kids that are like maybe like 16, 17 that go to
Yeah.
these cons
Yeah.
in groups. And it's like, sometimes the parents, they allow their kids to go, they're with their friends, so they're like, oh, they're safe.
Right.
But again, like, it's like the dress codes have become very relaxed. They
Yes.
claim that they have a dress code, but you can see somebody walking around with a whole G-string on and a man with a speedo on.
They
What's
don't.
to do? What are you doing to protect those younger kids? They may
Right.
wear those things and then they're getting catcalled or
Mhm.
even like smolted. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
SA'd.
Yes.
And at that point, okay, now it becomes a bigger issue because one, the cops get involved. Two, it's probably going to be on the news because, it's some form of entertainment. It's drawing attention.
Right.
So, and it's attention and publicity that I'm sure that these conventions are not going to want
Yes.
attached to their names.
Like I said, it ain't for me. That freaky stuff. I know Christy's like, no.
Mm-hmm.
But it has to be some separation. I'm sorry. I feel like they need to make a convention that has all that there if you want to do all that and see all that. It don't need to be. I just feel like a lot of these conventions, they want to bring everything to their con and
Mm-hmm.
accept everything just to bring the numbers in or to go viral. Um, that's what I feel like. And it's just
Yes.
some things I'm just like, it's no, no, it's too much. It's yeah. I just
No, agreed. And I just have to say this too, especially with, and I'm sorry, I'm gonna say about them too again, but with DreamCon, like now they have all of these, sexual panels. They have the girls doing. Last year they had the pole dancing or cabaret, whatever you want to call it, because there were poles involved. So,
right.
hey, what is this? Is this one of those Smex clubs?
Yeah, that's what it looked like. Because if
Um,
you saw the clip, and I didn't mean to cut you off, but if someone just shared that clip to you, you would have thought that was at like a strip club, wouldn't you? You wouldn't even
yeah,
think it was like at a convention for
I'd
nerds.
be expecting for $1 bills and everything else be flying up the sky. That's what I would have been expecting. But what I was going to say too about that, I mean, you have that, and then you have the chair dancing this year, and people, dancing provocatively and all this other stuff. Now you have all of these things that are catering to, that clientele. But I'm just going to say, I'm sorry, but just as a black brand convention, like
Mhm.
with Kendra was saying, having some things that are going to be beneficial, that
Right.
are going to uplift your community, not uplift certain things,
Yeah.
okay, physical, bodily
Uh-huh.
organs, but things that are going to uplift them mentally, spiritually, and physically. And I mean, with that con being held in Houston, We all know that Houston has a big problem with STIs and STDs. Nobody wants
Yep.
to talk about that. But
Mm-hmm.
we're sitting here celebrating being sexually liberated and all this. Why don't we have a nurse there talking to people about their sexual health
Yeah.
and telling themselves about how they can prevent STIs and STDs?
Yes.
These are the
Absolutely.
conversations that we don't want to talk about. And as it is, black and brown people, black being number one for the highest rates of STIs and STDs, and brown people being number two.
Yeah.
Okay? But these are the kinds of things that are being catered to, especially black people, cater to black people, that, this is the thing to do. And, I guess that they think that that will bring more people in and just,
Mm-hmm.
catering to the low hanging fruit, of course. But I'm just like, guys, let's get it together. Let's, like, really elevate our minds and our thinking.
Right.
Let's not just, focus on carnal things. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And we can still have fun as adults, but do something that's not going to be dealing with that kind of stuff. Like
Right.
that kind of stuff needs to be stay private,
Yes, it does.
respectfully.
It does. So on to the next thing we saw. Now I saw another. I actually it was on YouTube as well, but another platform. But I showed Christy. Now I think someone could correct me who if you watch the playback or whatever. But I think it was at Fandom, which is in Cali.
Mm-hmm.
Now these young ladies were sitting in chairs with their bare feet out in big coolers that looked like Gatorade, and they had a poster they're holding up saying "feet juice for sale,"
Yeah.
and they're charging like $15. And it was a Hatsune Miku cosplayer, and there was some other girls. I can't remember what they were cosplaying from, but I remember the Hatsune Miku cosplayer, and she, has her feet, which look like Gatorade, and she's taking her foot out of the cooler, and it's a guy with his head back, with his mouth open, and she's putting her foot over his mouth, and he's ingesting her foot juice, her feet juice. I'm just like, what has conventions turned into?
Freaky Deaky Fest.
Yes, freaky deaky deaky. I'm just like, what does this have to
Mm-hmm.
do with cosplay and anime and gaming and manga nerdiness? Nothing. It was disgusting. I wanted to throw up. I'm like, I'm looking at the guy and the other people waiting in line more sideways because I'm like, y'all spending y'all's coin, $15 for somebody's nasty feet that's been in some look like I said Gatorade or something. Like, it's just gross. You don't even know where their feet have been.
Nope.
They could have foot fungus or something, and y'all sitting there drinking that.
No, can't. That's gross.
Yes, I'm just like, conventions have just turned into some freaky deaky stuff.
Yeah, and just something to piggyback off of that, guys. Like, this kind of thing has kind of slowly developed over time.
Right.
But see, that's the problem though. Like nobody wants to talk about those kinds of things.
Right.
And that's how these kinds of things kind of, I'm saying kind of, but that's how these sort of things like develop, how they grow, and how it's just, the envelope is being pushed further and further. I mean, at some point, we're going to have people walking around in their birthday suits and nobody's going to have anything to say about it.
Yeah.
Like, that's for real. Okay, they're ingesting feet juice. What will they be ingesting next?
Hello, somebody.
Guys, you know what I'm talking
Yes.
about. What's going to happen?
It's disgusting. Like, I'm for real. It's like, when does it cross the line? What is too much? It's just like people just like anything goes.
That's pretty much what it seems at this point.
Yeah,
For these conventions.
and if you say anything, oh, you just don't want us to have fun. Stop being a prude. You're a hater. I'm just like, no.
But then when somebody gets SA'd, then we want to say, oh, we got to protect the victim. I think, respectfully, part of protection is also prevention.
Yeah.
So making conventions a place that is, one, not encouraging that sort of behavior.
Right.
When you have people engaging in these types of panels that are in nature provocative, and it's like, okay, when these people walk out of these cons, they still gonna be feeling some kind of way.
Uh-huh.
And guess what? They got all that energy that they got to get out somehow or another. So, it's like there's got to be a line drawn, and especially if they want to more cater to like an adult themed crowd. I mean, heck, then maybe they need to have like another building where all that stuff is housed
And
over
one thing,
there,
yeah,
and have another space where, the family friendly things can exist, and dress codes, they definitely need to adhere to them.
they do,
Like, don't say you have a dress code and
and
then I
don't
see
follow
somebody
it.
walking around in a G string.
Yeah, because I definitely do not think conventions are family oriented and a place to bring your grandmother to.
No,
It's not.
no. If grandma's got cataracts, they're gonna get cleared in that con. I can see again.
Yes. So if there's anything else you wanted to add, Chrissy, I don't know. I just like, what do you guys think? If y'all watch the playback on that, leave y'all's comments, keep them respectful, and we can all agree to disagree, but do it as adults and be respectful.
Indeed.
But I just feel like anime conventions are cringe in a bad way. It ain't even cringe in a good way anymore, in a bad way, and it's out there, and it's like, it's so bad now with this. When you tell people that you're into anime, you cosplay, you go to cons, that's the first thing that comes to their head. They think that you do that freaky weird stuff.
And I'm sorry, but as an anime fan, I have to, one, definitely correct them and say no.
Yeah.
But it's like, at that point though, it's like, okay, do I even really want to claim being a part of this fandom,
Right.
because of the narrative that's being pushed out there? Because it doesn't apply to all of us.
No.
Some of us are not into that stuff.
No.
And I mean, I'm not trying to attack anyone that may be, but I just think that some of those things need to remain private.
Yes.
But now it's like things are just being out and just pressed into the open,
Right.
and it doesn't need to be.
No. And it's and the reason why is because, sorry guys, not we're trying not to make this live super long, but it's a clout thing too. It's just shock value, wanting to go viral,
go mainstream.
go mainstream.
And unfortunately, a lot of these conventions, they've sold out,
Mm-hmm.
and all for the extent of just really just making a dollar.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't matter about, maybe anybody possibly being harmed. Mm-hmm. They don't care about it until the aftermath.
Right.
And just, it's not even really about the fandom or the people that appreciate it. It's just about making money.
Yeah. And they just accepting anything that comes in there. What panel is going to be shock value and bring the crowds in? That's pretty much.
But it don't have nothing to do with the fandom anymore.
No. Nope.
Just allow everything and anything. Anything goes.
Anything, yeah. What's going to bring the people in? But yeah. So that's pretty much all I have to say about that. I don't know if there's anything else you wanted to say.
Sorry, pop enough. No, I think we popped our ish.
Okay. So yeah, with that, we're gonna head out, and again, y'all can leave y'all's comments if you decide to watch the playback. We'll keep it respectful. And we hope that you guys stay safe and have a beautiful and enjoy your weekend.
Love y'all.
Love y'all. Bye-bye. Bye.